Hello, I'm Leslie Weir, Librarian and Archivist of Canada, leading Library and Archives Canada, the mothership of all libraries and archives in Canada. I would like to acknowledge that I'm speaking to you from the traditional unceded territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin people. Knowing that we are all on the traditional Indigenous lands, please take a moment to reflect on the nation whose land you currently live in. Bibliothèque et Archives Canada, qu'on appelle BAC ou LAC en anglais, a le mandat de préserver le patrimoine documentaire du Canada pour les générations présentes et futures, d'être une source de savoir permanente accessible à tous et de contribuer à l'épanouissement culturel, social et économique du Canada. The Library and Archives Canada Scholar Awards, co-presented by the Lac Foundation and Lac, with the generous support of the award's founding sponsor, Air Canada, recognize remarkable Canadians who have made an outstanding contribution to the creation and promotion of our Canada's rich and diverse cultural, literary, and historical heritage. The recipients of the 2020 Lac Scholar Awards are Margaret Atwood, Roch Carrier, Charlotte Gray, Serge Joyal, Terry O'Reilly. We are thrilled to partner with the Lac Foundation in presenting this incredibly innovative initiative, and we look forward to future collaborations.
I am Jacques Shore, Chair of the Lac Foundation. We applaud our 2020 Lac Scholar Award recipients. We are proud to engage in this exciting initiative with Lac. BAC abrite les trésors historiques et culturels du Canada. Cette vaste collection nationale est un magnifique hommage à notre passé, à un socle de connaissances sur lequel nous pouvons bâtir notre avenir. In addition to supporting LAC's mission, the Foundation's goal is to enhance the visibility of LAC and to position it as a creative force in our cultural environment. La Fondation a pour but de faire rayonner la collection de BAC et de positionner cette institution dynamique dans l'écosystème culturel, tant au pays qu'à l'étranger. The Foundation's focus is on sharing LAC's treasures of our past, making our history accessible and fostering inspiration for innovation. The Foundation's focus is raising funds to support national, regional, and international programming and partnerships to grow and preserve the collection and promote LAC in support of its mission. The Lac Foundation presented the first Lac Scholar Awards in 2019, and tonight we will present the second esteemed group with the 2020 Lac Scholar Awards. We are delighted that the 2019 Lac Scholars will each introduce the 2020 Lac Scholars and present them with their awards.
Marie-Louise Arsenault est journaliste, animatrice et réalisatrice. Elle travaille dans les médias depuis une vingtaine d'années. Au cours de sa carrière, elle a animé des émissions culturelles et réalisé des documentaires pour la télévision et la radio. Depuis 2011, elle anime l'émission quotidienne Plus qu'on est de fous, plus on lit, qu'elle a conçue à la première chaîne de Radio-Canada. Souhaitons la bienvenue à Marie-Louise Arsenault, lauréate d'un prix BAC en 2019.
L'honorable Serge Joyal, avocat de profession, a été député, ministre et sénateur. Défenseur des droits et libertés de la personne, en particulier du statut de la langue française au Canada, il a joué un rôle clé dans plusieurs débats constitutionnels fondamentaux qui ont animé la société canadienne au cours des 40 dernières années. Collectionneur d'objets d'art et d'artefacts historiques, M. Joyal est mécène de plusieurs grandes organisations au pays, dont le Musée canadien de la guerre, le Musée canadien de l'histoire et Bibliothèque et Archives Canada. Il est l'auteur de nombreux articles, ouvrages et essais en droit parlementaire et constitutionnel, ainsi qu'en histoire sociale et politique. M. Joyal a mérité plusieurs distinctions et prix prestigieux, tant au Canada qu'en France. Il a récemment reçu les insignes de commandeur de la Légion d'honneur. En tant que lauréat du prix Bibliothèque et Archives Canada en 2019, je suis très heureuse de présenter le prix 2020 à Serge Joyal.
Chère Madame Arsenault, merci de cette présentation. Vous m'offrez l'opportunité de rappeler combien je suis personnellement redevable à Bibliothèque et Archives Canada pour sa collaboration étroite et toujours efficace au cours de toutes ces années. La mémoire du Canada, la mémoire de notre humanité commune, elle est ici, à Bibliothèque et Archives Canada. Et c'est un trésor inestimable pour tous ceux et celles qui veulent réfléchir, qui veulent comprendre et approfondir nos racines, et ce, dans tous les domaines possibles, de la science, du sport, de la politique, de la culture, de l'éducation, de l'agriculture. Et j'ai pu l'expérimenter et en bénéficier moi-même dans plusieurs des ouvrages que j'ai publiés au cours des ans. Par exemple, dans le livre « Le mythe de Napoléon au Canada français », j'ai pu reproduire la rare photo du grand chef Oshawa qui combattait à côté du légendaire chef Tecumseh pour repousser les Américains lors de l'invasion du pays au cours de la guerre 1812-1814. Ou bien encore dans le livre intitulé « Le Canada et la France dans la Grande Guerre » pour souligner le centenaire de la Grande Guerre, j'ai reproduit grâce à Bach la photo de l'incendie du Parlement du Canada le 3 février 1916 au beau milieu de la guerre, ou encore celle des femmes travaillant en usine de munitions à Verdun, à Montréal, une nouveauté pour l'époque. Ou bien encore dans l'ouvrage que j'ai publié pour souligner le 150e anniversaire du Canada, réfléchir sur notre passé pour aborder notre avenir, j'ai pu reproduire la très rare photo d'une pendaison au Canada, celle de Stanislas Lacroix à Hull, le 21 mars 1902, pour souligner que notre pays a aboli la peine capitale. Sans compter toutes ces archives politiques, culturelles et personnelles de tous ces personnages qui ont illustré l'histoire du pays et qui sont conservés et rendus accessibles à Bibliothèque et Archives Canada. J'ai toujours voulu soutenir les activités de Bibliothèque et Archives Canada, contribuer à enrichir ses collections, lui faciliter de les exposer et de les mettre à la portée de tous les Canadiennes et Canadiens intéressés. Sans Bibliothèque et Archives Canada, notre identité nationale serait bien pâle et nous serions condamnés à nous réinventer à chaque génération et on finirait par perdre le sens de notre destin national commun. Merci chaleureusement à la Fondation, à son président, M. Jacques Shore, et à ses membres, ainsi que à tous les collaborateurs et amis de Bach, avec qui, au cours de ces années, j'ai pu joindre mes efforts pour mieux comprendre notre pays.
Lawrence Hill is a professor of creative writing at the University of Guelph. He is the author of 10 books, including The Book of Negroes. He is a winner of various awards, including the Commonwealth Writers' Prize and two-time winner of CBC Radio's Canada Reads. With the help of historical archives, he is working on a new novel about the African-American soldiers who helped build the Alaska Highway. He is a member of the Order of Canada. Please welcome 2019 Lac Scholar, Lawrence Hill.
Charlotte Gray is one of Canada's best-known biographers and writers of popular history. Author of 11 acclaimed books of literary nonfiction, her most recent bestseller is Murdered Midas. Her ability to provide original and intriguing entry points into Canadian history has earned her a large and faithful readership. Her award-winning books include The Promise of Canada, People and Ideas That Have Shaped Our Country, The Massey Murder, Reluctant Genius, Alexander Graham Bell and the Passion for Invention, and Gold Diggers, Striking It Rich in the Klondike, which became both a Discovery Channel docudrama and a PBS documentary. Sisters in the Wilderness, published in 1999, was named as one of the 25 most influential Canadian books of the past 25 years by the Literary Review of Canada. An adjunct research professor at Carleton University in Ottawa, Ms. Gray holds 5 honorary degrees and is a member of the Order of Canada and a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. As a 2019 Library and Archives Canada Scholar, I'm thrilled to present the 2020 LAC Scholar Award to Charlotte Gray.
Thanks so much, Larry. What an honor this is to be introduced by Lawrence Hill, one of our finest writers, and to receive a Scholar Award from and in Library and Archives Canada. This building has been part of my life for the past 30 years. LAC's importance as the repository of national memory and literary achievements is immense, and almost as weighty as the glass doors, which, every visit, I struggle to push open. Visits here are often the most exciting part of writing a book, because they're voyages of discovery, and the staff here always do their best to help me find treasure. Whether I'm sorting through Mackenzie King's family photos, or reading Susanna Moody's letters, or discovering the mining history of Yukon and Northern Ontario, I love being here. It's magical to sit at a table overlooking the Ottawa River and take a break from books and bad handwriting to stare at the wide, turbulent river below. I feel as though I'm in the flow of Canadian history, with all its eddies, whirlpools, and different currents. It's also special to attend book launches, including my own, in the Pellin Room, under those extraordinary kaleidoscopic murals by the innovative Quebec artist Alfred Pellin. What author could resist the chance to speak to future readers in a building where the past is valued, under murals by an artist who was a pioneer in his discipline? I've spent hours in libraries, archives, and museums right across Canada. It is a privilege to live in a country that appreciates its histories, even as we must constantly reassess through what lens we view them. I'd like to thank the Library and Archives Canada Foundation for this award.
And now a message from our founding sponsor, Air Canada.
Hello, I'm Kalen Rovanescu, and I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Air Canada. C'est un énorme plaisir d'être avec vous pour célébrer cet événement. On behalf of our 36,000 employees and our 35,000 retirees, Air Canada is proud to be a founding sponsor of the Lac Scholars Awards. The Lac Scholars Awards is an exciting new program that allows us to celebrate together the outstanding contribution of individuals who have contributed so very much to Canada. As our country's flag carrier, and as a company deeply connected with Canada, Air Canada welcomes this opportunity to celebrate the work of the Library and Archives Canada and its vast collection, and especially these individuals who champion Canada's historical and cultural treasures. I compliment the Foundation for its excellent work and its commitment in achieving this.
A member of the Order of Canada, Ronald Cohen has assembled significant collections of the works of Lucy Maud Montgomery and Sir Winston Churchill. In 1998, he established the Ronald I. Cohen Lucy Maud Montgomery Collection at the National Library of Canada, and he has provided LAC with 5 subsequent accessions of her works and related materials. Ron has served on the board of the Friends of Libraries and Archives Canada from its founding in 1991 and as its president from 2000 to 2008. Please welcome 2019 LAC Scholar Ronald Cohen.
Margaret Atwood is a cultural archivist who uses fiction and poetry to reimagine our future. She is the author of more than 50 books of fiction, poetry, and critical essays. Her novels include Cat's Eye, The Robber Bride, Alias Grace, The Blind Assassin, the Madame trilogy, The Handmaid's Tale, and The Testaments, which won the 2019 Booker Prize. In 2019, she was made a member of the Order of the Companions of Honor for services to literature. Her reach is extraordinary. She has also worked as a cartoonist, illustrator, librettist, playwright, and puppeteer. This 2020 LAC Scholar Award recognizes her outstanding career and her immeasurable contributions to our historical knowledge, as well as to the promotion of our country's heritage. As a cultural archivist, a game changer within history, and a fervent supporter of libraries, archives, and access to both for all, we cannot think of a more deserving Canadian than Margaret Atwood. As a 2019 LAC Scholar, I am thrilled to present the 2020 LAC Scholar Award to Margaret Atwood.
It gives me great pleasure to be able to participate in this event, however remotely. But writers are always participating remotely, for what is writing but a way of taking the here and now and projecting the voice telling about it, either forward into the time yet to come or backward into the past that is forming, even while we write. Writers have all been readers first, and I did a lot of my early reading in libraries. Then, once I became a writer, I did much essential research in libraries and archives as well. And where have my research notes ended up? Also in libraries and archives. I suppose the models for my donations of them were my grandmother's attic. You never knew what you might find in there, and our woodshed repository of a great deal of what might look like junk to some, but to others was a treasure trove of things that might come in handy. Never throw out a piece of bendy wire. You don't know when you might need it. It is entirely due to libraries and archives that I and my researcher for Alias Grace were able to discover what female prisoners wore in the Kingston Penitentiary in the mid-19th century. Blue and white stripes is the answer. There also we found the warden's diaries and an account of Grace Marks from the Toronto Lunatic Asylum and the notes the judge made at her trial for himself. Illegible, but at least I saw them. Microfiche copies of newspapers and women's magazines of the 1930s from the Toronto Reference Library were invaluable when I was writing The Blind Assassin. What to wear to a society wedding or on the maiden voyage of the Queen Mary. It's all there, especially in a defunct magazine called Mayfair. The names of colors are always changing. When did taupe become a color, or puce? You need to get these things right. As I say, junk to some, treasure to others. The only real problem for such treasure seekers is the ease with which you can be led astray. Start with a simple fabric such as tulle, and before you know it, you'll be deep into the history of the two-way stretch girdle and health-minded women doing outdoor exercises at the Big Win Inn in Muskoka. I know I was. Led astray, that is. Then there's the heartbreak of looking for something that was there once, only to find that someone has, gasp, thrown it out. For instance, we know that Grace Marks had a fan club, some influential people who kept petitioning the government for her release. Those letters were in the National Archives once, but they are no longer. Not to be daunted, I made these people up, and the evidence of my making them up is in, yes, a library. So thank you, libraries and archives. You have given me much, and I in turn have offloaded a lot of scribbling into you. That aside, within you are hidden many mysteries, which younger people in search of different kinds of pieces of bendy wire are now discovering and deconstructing as they do, and bringing back into the light. Long may you collect and catalog. You hold the keys to the past, and the past, we are told, admittedly by historians, but nonetheless, holds the keys to the future. Floreat Libraria.
A veteran broadcast journalist, Sheila Rogers is the host and a producer of The Next Chapter, an award-winning CBC radio program devoted to writing in Canada. She is an officer of the Order of Canada for promoting Canadian culture and for advocating for mental health, adult literacy, and truth and reconciliation. Sheila is an honorary witness to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada. She holds honorary doctorates from 6 Canadian universities. Sheila is Chancellor of the University of Victoria. Please welcome 2019 Lac Scholar Sheila Rogers.
Well, this is not the heavy metal of the airstream, or more correctly, the tear stream, where Under the Influence is produced. I'm outside of my Tab Trailer studio to welcome Terry O'Reilly to the family of Lac Scholars. This honor salutes Terry's lifelong investigation into the ways advertising and marketing act on our psyches and our lives and our wallets. Through years in advertising and as a celebrated broadcaster and author, he understands innately the value of research, the joy of epiphany, and the power of story. As a 2019 Lac Scholar, it's with profound pleasure I present the 2020 Lac Scholar Award to Terry O'Reilly.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this wonderful and unexpected honor. To be in such esteemed company here tonight is an extraordinary moment. Hello, Margaret Atwood. This is a very meaningful distinction for me. If you've ever listened to our radio show or podcast, you know that history is a crucial aspect of our storytelling. I am a story hunter, so libraries and archives are hallowed ground for me. In my search for stories, I can find any advertisement America has ever made with 2 clicks of a mouse. Our neighbors to the south have archived every beat of modern marketing. Yet I struggle constantly to find Canadian archives. So I'm hoping Library and Archives Canada will consider a Canadian advertising archive one day. Marshall McLuhan once said, "Advertising is the cave art of the 20th century." And it's true. Advertising reflects our culture at any given moment. My company alone has produced the first Canadian cell phone advertising, the first Canadian AIDS PSAs, Olympic campaigns, election campaigns, the first LGBTQ messaging, and the advertising that attracted tourism back to Toronto after SARS, to name but a few examples. And in the years to come, we can look back at how our lives were reflected during COVID. Archives are meaningful. Archives are signposts. That's why I treasure them and why I treasure this honor. Thank you again, and I hope you'll consider making me and my friend Marshall McLuhan even happier one day. Cheers.
I would like to congratulate these incredible Canadians who, each in their unique contributions, have demonstrated the power of the arts and the exploration of history and culture. Bibliothèque et Archives Canada offrent aux Canadiens et Canadiennes l'occasion de découvrir le remarquable patrimoine documentaire de notre pays. Par leur travail, les lauréats de 2020 ont favorisé l'expression canadienne et le développement des organismes à vocation artistique, culturelle et sociale qui œuvrent dans ce but. In these times of uncertainty and social upheaval, this vital work helps us to better understand our past and present so that we can imagine a brighter future for our democracy and our diversity. Congratulations. Félicitations.
Frances Itani is the author of 17 best-selling novels, stories, poetry, and children's works. She is well known as a researcher, teacher, and public speaker, and has been writer-in-residence at the Banff Centre and at several Canadian universities. She is 3-time winner of the CBC Literary Award and twice won the Ottawa Book Award. Her novels have been shortlisted for the Giller Prize, International Impact Dublin Literary Award, and William Saroyan International Award. Please welcome 2019 Lac Scholar, Frances Itani.
Roch Carrier has had many lives. He was an instructor, professor, and administrator at the Royal Military College Saint-Jean. He served as director of the Canada Council for the Arts between 1994 and 1997. He was the last National Librarian of Canada from 1999 to 2004, when the National Library merged with the National Archives and was renamed Library and Archives Canada. In addition to his outstanding professional and academic achievements, Monsieur Carrier is recognized for his talents as a novelist, playwright, and author of children's stories and books. His script for Le Martien de Noël became the first feature film for children made in Canada. His best-known work is The Hockey Sweater. This short story so effectively captured the national identity that an excerpt ended up on the back of the Canadian $5 bill. An officer of the Order of Canada since 1991 and recipient of the Stephen Leacock Memorial Award for Humor in 1992, Monsieur Carrier has over 40 novels, poems, stories, and other publications to his credit, making him one of Canada's most illustrious literary figures. As a 2019 LA Scholar, I am thrilled to present the 2020 LAC Scholar Award to Roch Carrier.
En 1999, je reçois un coup de fil. Après une introduction plutôt courte, on me propose un emploi, la direction de la Bibliothèque nationale du Canada. À peine étais-je entré en fonction, arrivant au bureau sous la pluie, ma secrétaire m'annonce que dans un entrepôt où sont conservés les journaux anciens, la pluie s'infiltre et qu'il pleut autant dedans que dehors. J'ai appris que dans notre immeuble, la pluie tombait sur des collections de précieux livres anciens. Pendant ce temps, il y avait le tout neuf édifice des Archives nationales de l'autre côté de la rivière, à Gatineau. Les trésors nationaux y étaient bien à l'abri. Ian Wilson, le patron de l'institution, était, contrairement à moi, un archiviste professionnel. Je l'enviais aussi parce que le toit de son immeuble n'était pas une passoire comme celui de notre bibliothèque. Après avoir fait confiance, Ian et moi, respectueux des budgets de nos institutions, nous avions des rencontres dans de très modestes restaurants pour parler de nos expériences, de nos défis, de nos ambitions, des possibilités, des changements qui apportent les nouvelles technologies. Et la nouvelle de ce futur mariage, elle fut annoncée à nos employés qui étaient réunis dans la même salle. La plupart comprirent que cette nouvelle initiative chercherait à améliorer pour les chercheurs les services de nos organisations. Et pendant que Ian veillait à la mise en place du processus de changement, je m'envolai vers la Colombie-Britannique et traversai le pays pour m'informer des souhaits, des rêves, des besoins des bibliothèques et des archives et des besoins de leurs clients. Je traversai le pays de l'ouest à l'est pour m'informer des besoins de ces clients et apprendre comment mieux les servir. Cette information fut partagée avec Ian Wilson, analysée, traduite en actions possibles et peu à peu, la nouvelle institution prit forme et moi, qui n'étais ni bibliothécaire ni archiviste, je fus invité, à ma grande surprise, dans quelques pays, à aller raconter comment nous avions réussi ce mariage de nos deux institutions.
Well, this has been a most inspiring evening, and I won't forget having spent it with you as we honored our award recipients. Je vous remercie d'avoir assisté à cette magnifique cérémonie. Our scholars have been inspired by the treasures of Library and Archives Canada. This inspiration comes from the stories that make up our nation, from the ideas that shape our values, the sparks of creativity that emanate to motivate us to do more, from the books, artwork, documents, film, music, and gems from our cultural heritage, which speak to who we are, what we are, and tell the story of our nation. These treasures belong to us, Canadians. So we hope you will join our scholars in our foundation to further grow and share our cultural heritage by supporting LAC. Your support will shine a light on these treasures by allowing you to develop and bring more programs to your home, your library, and your community. By doing so, we will find new ways to know more about from where we have come and where we wish to go to contribute to our growth and potential. We look forward to again seeing you at next year's Lac Scholars Awards. In the meantime, on behalf of our Library and Archives Canada Foundation, I wish you good health and ask you to stay safe. Thank you. Merci.